Hello and welcome to class number 65, my friends. Class number 65. Yes, 65. Oh, son muchas clases. Estamos avanzando. We are progressing. We're advancing. We're getting better. We're moving forward. Slowly but surely, step by step, little by little. Yes, sir. Yes. Vamos a llegar a buen puerto, con esto. Rema conmigo. Rememos juntos. Let's row. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. Como Calderón de la Barca, la vida es sueño. Life is but a dream. Bueno, life is but a dream es la vida no es más que un sueño. All right. Rema, rema, rema el bote. Row, row. Tu bote, se dice. Row, no. Row, row, row your boat. Gently, gentilmente por el riachuelo o el arroyo. Row, row, row your boat gently down. O sea, bajo este abajo. The stream, merrily, merrily es felizmente, como Merry Christmas, Merry, feliz Navidad. Merrily, 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 life is but is no es más que. Life is but a dream. Yes, sir. Pero aprender inglés no es nada de sueño, no es a dream. Bueno, a lo mejor tu sueño es hablar bien inglés, pues si compras este libro, como siempre insisto, soy pesado, ¿a que sí? Y me sigues punto a punto, estoy en la unidad 10 con nuestra amiga Nancy Johnson. Pues llegaremos los dos remando. Pero tú tienes que remar más que yo, Tú tienes que desarrollar musculatura de remo, Yo, con mi megáfono, y yo, tan pancho, ahí, en el punto de la barca o del bote, dando instrucciones de remo, pero eres tú quien tiene que remar, ¿ok? Pero te voy a acompañar todo el tiempo. All right. Just you and me, cómplices en el crimen de resolver este tema del inglés, de quitar la espina clavada, famosa, sempiterna espina clavada, del inglés. Dios mío, qué cruz, el inglés. Nunca lo bueno, pues, acompáñame. Y hazte con estos libros porque lo hace más viable y más fácil para mí y para ti que me sigas. All right, Nancy Johnson. Sigamos con nuestra amiga Nancy, Philip's husband. Nancy Johnson is 38 years old. She is Philip's wife. She lives with her husband and children in Lincoln, Nebraska. She's from Kansas, the state immediately south of Nebraska. She is an interior decorator. No está mal. Qué bonito. In the morning, she teaches interior design, diseño, design, con G muda en medio. Bueno, hacia el final, la G muda, pero muda, design. She teaches, in the morning, she teaches interior design at a technical school 20 miles from Lincoln. She starts her classes at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., 10 o'clock in the morning, and she starts and finishes at 12 o'clock. She has 2 classes, each with about 15 students. Then, esta palabra then, and then, o sea, y después, then she goes home for lunch. Or she goes home to have lunch. Va a casa para comer o va a casa, bueno, va a casa para la comida, for lunch, o para tomar la comida. She goes home to have lunch. After lunch, she goes to her husband's bank, donde pasa X tiempo, where she spends about 30 minutes with the woman responsible for expansion. Expansion, expandir, expand, like y suena. Quise expandir, expand. Expansion es el crecimiento del banco. El banco crece, Está creciendo. The bank is growing. So she spends about 30 minutes with, he perdido mi sitio. She spends with the woman responsible for expansion. She looks at the plans for the new branch banks, las nuevas sucursales, branch banks, and gives recommendations. She gives, da recomendaciones. She gives recommendations. Las S tienen que sonar en inglés al final. Por eso he estrangulado a más que un andaluz. Bueno, porque nos dicen las las S. Si te dijera las veces. Si no pones una S al final de una palabra, dejas la palabra en singular. Pero para el andaluz dices, bueno, ¿qué más da? ¿Qué más da? Las veces que he dejado las S. Las veces. Ok. Vale, a mí me encanta el acento andaluz. Ahora bien, en inglés no, porque si no pones la S, dejas la palabra en singular. Es como decir, en vez de las veces, estás diciendo las veces. Si te dijeras las veces que he soñado con tus labios y con el perfume de tus cabellos, suena raro. Tus ojos azul, en vez de azules. Claro, azul es singular, azules es plural. Si no pones las S en inglés, estoy diciendo, me encantan tus ojos azul. Choca. Da grima, ¿no? Me encantan tus ojos azul. Y el perfume de tus cabellos. No, tus ojos azules. Tengo un lápiz, ahora tengo dos lápices. ¿No? No. Claro, un andaluz diría, tengo un lápiz y ahora tengo dos lápices. Ok, vamos, se permite, ya está, hasta gusta. Pero en inglés, repito, si la S no está al final de la palabra, pencils, si dices I have two pencils, para un angloparlante suena como si dijera tengo dos lápices. Todas las veces que tengo dos lápices, Dios mío. Entonces, por eso estrangulamos a nuestros alumnos con la dichosa S. Yes. All right? So, she gives recommendations. Ella da muchas recomendaciones. No, da muchas recomendaciones. Okay. Si no dices recommendations, si dices porque pasas de la S, she gives recommendation, estás diciendo, ella da recomendación. Y claro, choca. All right. Ende? You understand, rubber band? Se dice gomita de chum. Understand, rubber band? ¿Me entiendes? Gomita. Understand, rubber band? Know what I mean, jelly bean? ¿Sabes lo que quiero decir? Gominola. Eso es una forma íntima. Understand, rubber band? Know what I mean? Do you know? Comemos el do you. Know what I mean, jelly bean? All right, no es. Me estoy pasando hoy. She doesn't receive a salary. No recibe sueldo ni salario. She doesn't receive a salary for this. Salario viene del pago de sal. Antiguamente se usaba sal. Por eso ahí viene salario. Sueldo viene de soldada, de los soldados. Pagar la soldada. Entonces, dos palabras, sueldo y salario. ¿Cuál es correcto? Both. One comes from salt. The other comes from soldier. All right. She doesn't receive a salary for this, por esta actividad. She does it because the woman is a good friend of hers. Yes, the woman is a good friend of hers. She's not a good friend of mine. She's a good friend of Nancy's. She's a good friend of hers. All right. In the afternoon, ahora empezamos de nuevo de ayer. In the afternoon, she works as an independent decorator. Some days, she spends 2 or 3 hours visiting different clients. Se tiene que mover mucho, porque decora muchos sitios diferentes. And other days, some days, other days. Algunos días, otros días. Some days, she spends 2 or 3 hours visiting different clients. Different, sin ese porque es adjetivo. Diferentes clientes, diversos clientes. Different clients. And other days, she stays. ¿Dónde estoy? And other days, she stays at home. Se queda en casa. No se dice in home. Ahora con at, ¿eh? She stays at home, creating, es creativa, ¿eh? Creando. Creating decoration plans. Okay. Or calling people. She decorates offices, restaurants, and homes. Esta parte es interesante. Escucha. Ella decora. Okay, she decorates offices, restaurants, and homes. She doesn't like to decorate offices. Anda. Canillero, pero no le gusta. She doesn't like to decorate offices very much. She doesn't like to decorate offices very much. Because the companies usually prefer, las empresas que tienen sus oficinas, the companies usually prefer functional decoration. Funcional. And this is boring for her. Boring. Aburrido. Is this class boring? Am I boring? Are you bored? Si estoy aburrido, estarás aburrido. Si yo soy aburrido, tú estás aburrido. If I'm boring, you're bored. And for, o sea, en inglés decimos, puesto que ser y estar no existe, es solo to be, diferenciamos entre estar aburrido y ser aburrido con aburrido, aburriente. Una persona aburriente crea personas aburridas. Así boring people create bored people. Sujeto, objeto. Yes, o complemento. So, she doesn't like decorating offices because the companies usually prefer functional decoration. And this is boring for her. Yeah. She doesn't like to decorate restaurants either. Toma, la mujer está un poco exquisita. Yeah, she doesn't like to decorate restaurants either. Tampoco le gusta decorar restaurantes. Because the owner of the restaurant thinks that he's a professional decorator too. Choques. Claro, dueño de un restaurante tiene ideas de decoración, a veces descabelladas. Y una decoradora profesional dice, sí, no. Entonces tienen choques, roces a veces. So she doesn't like to decorate restaurants either because often the owner of the restaurant thinks that he is a professional decorator too. She likes to decorate homes because she is free to make more decisions and to be more creative. She likes to decorate homes because she's free. She's free to make more decisions and to be more creative. All right. And it's true. Es cierto, es verdad. It's true. In the United States, people who contract the services of a decorator normally have money, but they don't have time. And they say, decóramelo. Estilo francés, o estilo siglo XIX victoriano, o estilo moderno, estilo oriental. And so Nancy, with a general idea, decorates the house. So Nancy, very interesting woman. How old is she? She's 38. Who is she married to? She's married to Philip Johnson. How many children does she have? She has 2 children. Where does she live? She lives in Lincoln, Nebraska. Is she from Lincoln? No, she's not. Where is she from? She's from Kansas. Where is Kansas? It's immediately south of Nebraska. What does she do for a living? What does she do? Fíjate, si tú te acercas a un angloparlante y dices, ¿qué hace usted? What do you do? Te dirá su profesión, su actividad laboral o profesional. Si dices, what are you doing? Pues estoy andando por la calle. Excuse me, what are you doing? I'm walking in the street. Pero si dices, what do you do? Soy abogado. I'm a lawyer. I'm a teacher. I'm an interior decorator, etc. What do you do? Si añades for a living es redundante. ¿A qué se dedica? Para ganarse la vida. For a living. Literalmente para una vivencia. For a living. What do you do for a living? En las clases de inglés solemos añadir for a living porque sabemos que no nos entienden a veces si decimos what do you do? De sopetón o a secas. Pero sea así, what do you do? Hi, my name is Richard Vaughan. My name is Pedro Perez. Hello, Pedro. How are you? Tell me, Pedro, what do you do? I'm asking about his work. I'm a politician. Oof, a politician? Wow. Do you like politics? Yes, I love politics, etc. Okay. But Nancy Johnson is from Kansas. Kansas is immediately south of Nebraska. And Nancy, what does she do? She's an interior designer or an interior decorator. Where does she work? Well, básicamente, se dice mucho basically en inglés, mucho más que en español. Basically, she has 3 activities, 3 jobs. In the morning, she teaches. Really? Yes, she teaches. Wow. What does she teach? She teaches interior design. Really? Yes, she teaches interior design. Wow, cool. Como mola. Cool. Where does she teach? Interior design. She teaches interior design at, or in, nos vale in, at a technical college, a technical school. Oh, really? In Lincoln? No, outside of Lincoln. Outside of Lincoln? Yes. She teaches interior design at a technical school outside of Lincoln. Really? Yes. How far? ¿Cuán lejos? ¿Cómo de lejos? How far is the school from Lincoln? It's 20 miles. Oof, 20 miles. 20 miles. How much is that in kilometers? 20 miles, about 32, maybe 31, 32 kilometers, 30 kilometers. It's a long drive. 30 kilometers going, 30 kilometers coming back. That's 60 kilometers a day. Yeah, but the salary is not bad. But how many hours does she work at the technical school? She works only 2 hours a day. Oh, only 2 hours a day. What time does she start? She starts at 10 o'clock. Oh, what time does she finish? She finishes at 12. Ah, she only works 2 hours. Okay. How many classes does she have? She has 2 classes. Ah, 2 classes. How many students are there in each class? There are 15 students in each class. Oh. And what does she do after she finishes? Or what does she do when she finishes? What does she do? What does she do? What does she do when she finishes? She goes home. Ah. Why? She goes home to have lunch. She goes home to have lunch. Ah. What does she have for lunch? I don't know. Probably a sandwich. Probably. And then what does she do? Excuse me? And then what does she do? ¿Cómo? And then what does she do? Ah, ¿y después qué hace? Eso. She goes to her husband's bank. Really? Yes, she goes to her husband's bank. And why does she go there? She goes there to help a friend. A friend. Does she have a friend in her husband's bank? Yes, she does. There's a woman who works. Hay una mujer quien trabaja. En español se diría seguramente hay una mujer que trabaja. In inglés, there's a woman that, también es correcto to say, there's a woman that works, pero solemos decir más who. Hay una mujer quien trabaja. There's a woman who works in the same bank as Philip Johnson. She works in Philip's bank. Really? What is she responsible for? Excuse me? What's she responsible for? En inglés no se dice responsable de, es responsable por. Y responsable, escrito responsible en inglés, ojo, es siempre un adjetivo, nunca es un sustantivo. No puedes decir yo soy el responsable aquí. Se puede decir soy el gerente, el director, el jefe, el mandamás, lo que sea, pero no el responsable. Soy el encargado, sí. I'm in charge. Bueno, I'm in charge, estoy al cargo o a cargo de. Pero no se puede decir I am the responsible. Suena rarísimo en inglés. Es totalmente incorrecto. Se puede decir soy responsable de este área. Okay, I'm responsible. Pero no I am the responsible. El responsable no. So, the woman is responsible for expansion. And why does she help this woman? Well, the woman is a friend of hers. The woman is a friend of Nancy's. And Nancy helps her with the decoration plans for the new branch banks. For the new branches. Las nuevas ramas, bueno, las nuevas sucursales o oficinas bancarias. For the new branches. Oh, and then what does she do? Then she works freelance. Autónoma. She works independently in the afternoon. And what does she do? What does she do in the afternoon? Well, she, some days, que son algunos días, no son los domingos. Sundays serían los domingos. Some days, she stays at home, talking on the telephone and creating decoration plans. Other days, she travels, well, she visits different clients. Does she like her job in the afternoon? Well, yes and no. She has 3 types of decoration. She doesn't like to decorate offices. Really? Nope. She doesn't like to decorate offices. And why doesn't she? Hey, why doesn't she like to decorate offices? Excuse me? Why doesn't she like to decorate offices? Well, because the companies that contract her services usually prefer functional decoration, and this is very boring for Nancy. Functional office decoration. Well, does she like to decorate restaurants? No, she doesn't. Tampoco? No, she doesn't like to decorate restaurants either. No. A decir verdad, to tell you the truth, así decimos en inglés, para decirte la verdad, o sea, para decir verdad, to tell you the truth, she doesn't like to decorate restaurants. Really? Why not? Why not? Why doesn't she like to decorate restaurants? She doesn't like to decorate restaurants because often, no siempre, pero a menudo, often the restaurant owner thinks he's a brilliant decorator too. And they have some fricción, roce, some friction. Well, does she like to decorate homes? Yes, she does. Oh, por fin. Finally. And why? Why does she like to decorate homes? She likes to decorate homes because usually she has a lot of freedom to make decisions and to be creative. Tomar decisiones y ser creativa. To make decisions. También se admite to take decisions. Como en español, tomar decisiones. Y no hacer decisiones, como se dice mucho en inglés. Se está imponiendo make. Yo creo que para final de este siglo XXI, quedan años, make mandará al 100%. Y take habrá desaparecido con el concepto de la toma de decisiones. De hecho, en los manuales de formación para mejorar la toma de decisiones, el proceso de la toma de decisiones se dice decision making. The decision making process, el proceso de la toma de decisiones. The decision making, con guión, decision making. Decision making process, no se dice decision taking process. Y ese hombre es una persona muy resuelta y decidida. That person is a decision maker. Es un tomador de decisiones, literalmente, o hacedor. He's a decision maker. He's a decision taker. So, I prefer to make a decision, porque es correcto en todos los sentidos. Pero repito, británicos dicen mucho, to take a decision. Los británicos dicen los dos. To take a decision and to make a decision. So, Nancy Johnson likes decorating homes because she has a lot of freedom to make decisions and to be creative. Like me here. Bueno, tengo que seguir cada punto en estos libros. Sin embargo, I have some freedom, algún grado de libertad. I have some freedom to make decisions and to be creative. Okay. Mañana pasamos a los chicos y luego a nuestros italiano, inglés, chino, etc. Mucho trabajo, pero es muy bonito. Sígueme en esto y llegaremos a buen puerto. Take care.